Conor, thank you very much for joining us on Bloomberg Television. Let's get straight to it. How difficult has it been to prepare for a fight with all these COVID precautions and protocols in place in Abu Dhabi?
It's been interesting for sure. I've gathered a team of people. I've kept us isolated. I've kept the crew tight. Even still, there's been slight infiltrations of the virus. It's an intense situation, but we've got it done. I've got my work in. I've stayed healthy. I've stayed safe, and we're here now. We've got to improvise. We've got to adapt, and we've got to overcome. Life is about not what happens to you. It's how you handle what happens to you, and that's what we've done. I've handled it the best I can, and I'm here now. I'm very excited that we're close to the bout.
What do you make of the UFC's ability and decision to push through the pandemic when a lot of the other leagues and a lot of the other tournaments sort of paused all the way back in the spring?
I've had my ups and downs on that. Early on, I wasn't sure. Obviously at the time, to be honest, I felt everything was done correctly. They pulled an event. I believe the first event was cancelled, and then another event, and so on and so forth. But then they got a hold of it, and obviously, it's proved a success. They've proved they can handle it. The United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi in particular, have been amazing with what they've done. Securing the island, locking it away in the bubble, and securing the safety of all the workers and all the competitors. And it's been a great success. I'm very, very, very proud of the UFC, and very in admiration of how they've gone about it. And I'm very honored to be associated with this company. And also, I'm very excited to be back. For us to get to compete still is, I'm forever thankful for that.
Conor, I mean, the audience of Bloomberg Television, a lot of them are leaders and decision makers, and I want to use this opportunity to sort of get your insight into how you prep for this fight, for fights generally. Would you say that you have already beaten a lot of your opponents mentally before you even get to the cage?
For sure. Most notably, you conquer your own self. You conquer your own self-doubt. It is true commitment. It is true structure. It is true following your guidelines of what you have set out for yourself. Waking up at the times you set for yourself, training at the times, eating at the times, going to sleep at the time. Full structure, full commitment to the plan. And difficult things are only difficult when you are not committed to them. With full commitment, difficult things actually become easy, and that's what I feel has happened. I've been fully committed to the weight, fully committed to the preparation, enjoying the process, making sure to smile, making sure to laugh, making sure to spend time with my loved ones, and living life as best I can. Things will present themselves, challenges, roadblocks, these type of things. It's like I said, it's not what happens to you, it's how you handle it. And I felt I've handled it well, and I've conquered my own self-doubts. I've conquered all of the conversations and the inner thoughts and the inner dialogues that you would have, and I'm ready. I'm ready to perform here. I'm excited to get back into the octagon. It's been a minute. I'm excited to get back in at 155 pounds again. And most importantly, I'm excited to get out and perform for the world, to entertain the people of the world. Like I said, it's a trying time this year, in the past couple of years, and quite possibly the year ahead. And it is an honor for me to get in and entertain the people.
Speaking of opportunities, what do you see as the growth prospects for not just the UFC, but your own brands in this part of the world?
The opportunities are endless. This is an amazing part of the world. It does amazing business out here. It's a high level area out here, and I'm very excited to come out here to this region. I fought in this region before in Amman, Jordan, and I'm excited to compete in Abu Dhabi for the people here. I'm in Dubai currently, and they're treating me well, very hospitable towards me. And the sky's the limit regarding everything. I feel the UFC is at the pinnacle of sport. I believe it's the most valuable sport franchise on the planet. I believe I'm the most valuable asset in the most valuable sports franchise on the planet, and that's it. All my brands, all my businesses, everything is thriving. Life is going good. Long may it continue.
What do you make of the recent trend of fights between celebrities and people of different fighting backgrounds? We had a YouTube Jake Paul beat former NBA player Nate Robinson. That sold over 1 million buys on pay-per-view. A lot of people are criticizing it as maybe making a bit of a mockery of fighting. I want you to weigh in on that for me.
You know, if they are fighting, well, then it can't make a mockery of fighting, right? They're getting in and they're competing. You know, I am not so much against it. What I would say is, though, the numbers that show calculated was, it was a Mike Tyson fight. You know, you had Tyson, an icon in fighting, as well as Roy Jones Jr., two goats in the sport of combat. You know, and then you had the YouTube kid, and then an NBA star competing underneath that. So it done good business. Am I into those competitions myself? You know, it's not the most high level, if any level at that stage. Obviously, the Tyson and Jones fight was very high level, and it was very interesting to see what they would be like in their older age, or you know. But I thought they both fought amazingly, and you know, as they say, if it makes dollars, it makes sense. I know Dana and the UFC are not really into it, but you know, I'm not so against it. I think you know, if people are willing to get in and take the risk of making that walk, you know, I am certainly a viewer.
Conor, in the past, you've spoken about some of the struggles you had as a kid. Looking back and looking at where you are today, to what extent did that help shape your thirst for achieving victories? And what would you tell kids growing up today who'd be looking to you in this time?
You know, what I would say is all our trials and tribulations and all the stuff we go through in our life shape us into who we will become. So I would simply say to stay positive, to listen to your elders, listen to your parents, listen to your grandparents, listen to your coaches. You know, I would say enroll in sport. I would say listen to your teachers in school, stay focused, have fun, enjoy life, because you know, everything that happens, good or bad, will shape you into who you will become, and it will make you stronger. It's what has happened to me, and I'm in a great place in my life right now. Currently, I'm fully invested into giving back to my community where I grew up. We've done some amazing things with the football grounds, with the boxing grounds, with some of the martial arts gyms also, and long may that continue. I will, you know, as I get to this stage in my life, I am all about giving back. I think it is our human duty to give back, you know, especially someone in my position. It is my duty to give back, and that's what I'm doing. The older I get, the more I realize, you know, coaches, teachers,
Mm-hmm.
You know, trainers, they give so much of their time to the youth to educate them and bring them up, and it's all volunteer work. And I'm, you know, when you grow up, and when I was growing up as a kid, I never really noticed that. I was kind of like, that's the coach, and then you know, this is the training, and I never really had much. Not that I had any disrespect, but I just I didn't really see it for what way I see it now. These are
Yeah.
men and women with their own lives and their own families that are giving time out of their day to train the coach, to train the youth, and with very little backing. So, you know, this part of my life, I'm going to give back to all of these,
Mm-hmm.
these sporting clubs, to help the next generation come true. My competitor that I'm fighting against, Dustin Poirier, he also is of the same mindset. He has a foundation, the Good Fight Foundation, which I'm going to
Right.
donate to. I'm going to donate to his charity, and off of that donation, they're going to build a gym in his hometown. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited about that, and I think this is what prize fighting should be about, and I'm very excited to be here in this space.
Conor, it's been great catching up. Appreciate you carving out some time in your busy training schedule. And then hopefully once I recover from my shoulder injury, maybe we can spar as well a little bit. Thanks again, and
No,
all the best for the fight.
thank you, sir. No problem. How did the shoulder injury happen, if you don't mind me asking? What type of shoulder?
Rotator cuff, then a little bit of overtraining. But I'll come back and I'll meet you
Yeah,
then in the middle. Sounds like a
good
plan.
man. Thank you, sir. I'll see you there. Good man.